Hello, hello, sweet ones, and welcome back. As always, I'm so grateful you're here sharing this space with me. Today, we're diving into a topic that I've grappled with over the years, but really got some clarity this last few weeks. And then, if you're listening to this in real time, today is a full moon, which is the first full moon of 2025, and it's a time for release and reflection and illumination, but also being in the sign of Cancer. It's about like home and these vast emotions and finding the balance between spirituality and practicality. And there's so much that comes with it. So today's going to be a lot and it's going to be so yummy. So thank you for joining me. Let's sink into this space together. Maybe put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, just setting the intention to be here now and to receive whatever is meant for you. Have you ever felt like you're trying so hard to get it right when it comes to your spiritual journey? Maybe you have a mental, or if you were like me, a physical checklist of all the things you should do. Meditate every day, write gratitude list, cleanse your energy, say affirmations, do the shadow work. And while all those are incredible tools, what happens when they start to feel like another thing you need to do to be perfect? So today we're exploring a different perspective, that the sacredness of your spiritual journey isn't about the tools. It's about being here, fully present in the human experience. Spirituality has become so accessible, and that's beautiful and incredible. We have tools and teachings at our fingertips, meditation apps, manifestation journals, courses, books, retreats. But sometimes all of this accessibility can lead us down a path of overdoing and even a path of comparison. We start to think, if I'm not meditating, am I even spiritual? If I skip journaling, does that mean I'm not grateful? And before we know it, our spirituality becomes less about connecting with ourselves and more about meeting some invisible standards of worthiness, just like is practice in more dogmatic and demanding religions. Spirituality is meant to be this free, open space without all these rules and guidelines, because it's a journey of turning inward. And here's the truth: you are already worthy. You don't need to earn your connection to the divine. You don't need to check every spiritual box to live a sacred life. You are sacred simply because you exist. It really is that easy, that simple. We're not here to transcend the human experience. We've done that in so many forms of consciousness. That's not what this human experience is about. We're here to live it fully, to cry, to laugh, to feel joy, and to struggle. This is what it means to be human. And in those moments of presence, whether they're messy or magical, we meet the divine. Acceptance is the foundation of alignment. When you can accept the moment as it is and yourself as you are, you step into the flow of life. That is alignment. Not striving, not fixing, simply being. I want to invite you to pause for a moment. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold, and release. And ask yourself, what would it feel like to fully accept where I am right now? Sit with that. There's power in your presence. So we have all these tools, right? Gratitude journaling, meditation, affirmation. These are powerful allies. They can help us to realign, to center, to connect. And I practice a lot of them daily. But when they become another should, they lose their magic. Think about it. Have you ever felt guilty for not meditating or for skipping your journaling practice? That guilt isn't alignment. It's another layer of pressure we've placed on ourselves. The question to ask is, why am I doing this? If it's from a place of nurturing yourself, that's beautiful. If it's from a place of proving your worthiness or trying to gain something, it's time to pause and realign. So here's what I do before I engage with a spiritual tool of any kind. Before you engage, ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Use the tool and notice what shifted. Afterward, reflect, did this nurture me? And what we're doing here is we're collecting data. A lot of times we fall into this trap of all of these different tools that we're using as a ritual, when really there's just one or two that really fits what we need in this moment of our life. So we collect these data, and then we can discern whether our tools are allies or crutches. And the whole reason that we're trying to move out of doing things should rather than just doing things because it feels good is because so much of the human experience already gets caught in duality. Good versus bad, light versus dark, spiritual versus unspiritual. But true growth happens when we embrace wholeness, when we see every part of the human experience as sacred. Whether you're meditating or not, whether you're journaling or not, whether you're eating high vibrational, consciously aligned food or not, literally, you are worthy in every moment. You are good in every moment. Have you ever had a moment where something mundane became magical? Maybe it was the way the sunlight hit your coffee cup or the sound of your child's laughter. These moments are reminders that the divine is always present. We just have to notice. Duality asks us to choose. Wholeness asks us to embrace it all. And this is where we get lost in flow, which is such a beautiful place to be. We're no longer thinking. We're no longer thinking and trying to figure it out and trying to align with the best. We're simply in it. And we're following that flow. Those are those moments when it's like you get so engaged with something that hours go by and you didn't even notice. That is alignment. That is flow. So what does it mean to live in total alignment? It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about meeting yourself where you are with love and acceptance. And here are some things we've talked about before that you can use to gauge your levels of alignment. Number one, practice presence. Use grounding exercises or mindful breathing to anchor yourself in the now. You can shift your perspective, seeing any kind of challenge as a sacred opportunity to grow, and release the judgment. Allow yourself to rest and to act, to try and to fail, to celebrate and to grieve, knowing it's all sacred. Trying not to put too much weight on any given moment, just knowing that it's all life happening for you in perfection. So, right now, once again, close your eyes if you can. If you're in a safe space to close your eyes, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And imagine the moment you're in right now as a sacred gift. What do you feel? What do you notice? Hold on to that for a moment. I have two really powerful meditations coming out this week, one on Wednesday and one on Friday. Two, because they're two different forms and they're both so potent and magical that I just wanted to give you both. And you can use these to drop into sacred presence. So as we wrap things up here, I want to remind you, you are already worthy. Your human experience is sacred. You don't have to do more or be more to connect with the divine. It's already within you. Use the energy that's present for you today to release any shoulds you've been carrying. Let them go and step into the beauty of simply being. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me today. If this episode resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on what stood out most and maybe share it with someone who might need to hear this. Until next time, breathe deep and plan on miracles. Love you big.